Welcome back to another episode of It's Whatever, right? I'm your host, Jen. So, as you guys know from my last podcast, I know that I skipped last weekend. Today's currently the 31st of July. I skipped last weekend because I went on a camping trip. So I didn't really plan a podcast for last weekend, but I do want to update on um, the July reading rush that went from the 20th to the 26th of July. Um, so I only managed to read read slash listen to 4 books. The Moon of the Crusted Snow. That was actually a decent book. I mean, I listened to it. It's not something I'll listen to again. I did get to read The Vow. That book was, again, okay. I'm sorry, there's only 3 books I got to. 3 books. And The Secrets, 4 books. My bad, I forgot I read Harry Potter too. The Secrets You Keep, that was actually a very, very good book, but it was also very predictable at the end. It was kind of like the ending was kind of obvious on how that book ended. And I did finish the saga Harry Potter. I listened to the 7th book. So I had planned on doing 6 books. I did start The Forgotten Home Child. I've read like the first 25 pages to that one. And the other one I never really got to was A Court of Mischief Fury. That's kind of because I went away, like I said. I went about 4 hours up northern Ontario, for like a little miniature road trip. I went to my parents' trailer. Um, I really, really, really wanted to go to Nova Scotia, but never really got to get a go because I don't really want to quarantine for 2 weeks. Um, I can't really afford to quarantine from work for 2 weeks. Um, Kind of the downfall of not working from home for full time. I only work from home part time, so I don't really have the luxury of quarantine at home. So I couldn't really leave the province. Um, and uh, I did want to go up north, like as far Ontario as I humanly possibly can. Um, but unfortunately, that did not work out in my favor. So I basically went up to my parents' trailer, which was in, I guess, halfway up there, an hour or two away from up north from Parry Sound. So I went there I left here Friday afternoon, I should say, and came home Sunday night. So it was like a nice little trip for my dog. He's 11 now, actually. But yeah, so I only managed to get 4 books done. Um, but at the bright side, I did accomplish my goal. I don't know if you guys watch my YouTube channel, the.jenshow, where I was trying to do well, not trying, because I actually succeeded on doing so. Um, my challenge for July, my to be read challenge, was to read 16 books this month. Normally, on average, I read about 8 books on average a month. And this month I actually read 16. Between listening and physically reading 16 fucking books. Like fucking novels. And I was like, wow. Last week helped a lot with the book challenge. But for next month, tomorrow's August 1st, and I'm currently working on my to be read for August. I'm kind of excited for that one. I don't really have like a book challenge for August. I just really wanted to see if I'm physically able to read as many books as I humanly possibly can in a month. But I did read somewhere that an average human being reads 12 books a year, so that's averagely like one book a month. The question is, how many books can you actually read in a year? Now I'm just pulling out my Goodreads, but my thing, and so far, I mean, I both read and like for me, I both listen and physically read books. So, and listening to audiobooks does actually count because I'm still technically getting the same novel, the same like story in, and I have accomplished 55 books. And I'm kind of like looking up online here on your good old Google. Um, One of the questions like in the search is it possible to read 100 books in a year? And the answer that Google gave from 2017 is if you want to read 100 books a year, you have to read an average of 2 books 2 books a week for 50 weeks, with just a couple weeks left over for wiggle room. I mean, it's not like impossible. I mean, it all kind of like depends on like what kind of books you're into, you know what I mean? Because like sometimes, depending on the book, if you're really, really into like the 500 page fucking book, I mean, I'm sure that you could kill a 500-page book in a matter of a couple of days with working, eating, sleeping, shitting. You could do it, but me, I don't know. I guess so, because I could read Harry Potter in a couple of days. But I guess it kind of depends on the book if it's good or not. But, there was another one. Apparently Bill Gates reads 50 books a year. Then there's like another one. Sorry, give me 1 second. There is one that people also ask, who read the most books in a year? This one is from 2009, like the answer. Of who read the most books in a year, how to read 462 books in 1 year. With a girl named, I'm probably gonna butcher this, Sarah Wingman, who writes our Dark Passages column, tweeted that she read 462 books in 2008. I thought that the rest of the answers, like maybe it could be a typo, meaning 46 or 62. I mean, it's possible, right, that you can read that many books. I mean, tomorrow is August, and I've already finished 55 books. I mean, it is a mix of audiobooks and physically reading books. So it could be possible, right? And you don't necessarily have to read. I'm currently like listening to Aragon. I'm on the 4th book, and that's a pretty hefty saga. I'm listening to the series, and there's 4 books. Each book takes the listen time hours is like 30 hours. So that's like what, 3, 6, 9, 120 hours worth of fucking reading. My fucking god. My brain. But again, it's actually so fucking good that I get the audiobook done in like 2 days. Tops. but then again, I also listen to like the audiobook on like 2.25. I'm also looking at this one, who has the most read books, and it is this famous Egyptian writer named, I'm sorry if I butcher this name, um, Abbas Muhammad al-Aqid. Is known to be one of the most. I'm reading this off of like if you just search who has the most read books, it's like the top. I'm just reading like the description of it on Google. They have the most. Is known to be one of the most cultured and reading people in the Arab and the Muslim world. At the end of his life, he said to have read more than 70,000 books. Holy fuck. And then who has, the most read books in a year is, like I said, Sarah with 462 books. Holy shit. I mean, like I said, it all kind of like depends on you personally, right? I personally trying to spend this summer I'm trying to read more books. I'm trying to wing myself off of watching so much fucking television. I am a millennial, so I obviously was born in the 90s, the early 90s. So I've always been kind of like a fucking bookworm, but I also love watching TV, and I'm trying to minimize the amount of fucking television I watch. So if you averagely, you work 40 hours on average. This is an average person. Some people work more, some people work less than 40. So let's go on average 40 hours a week that you physically work. So on average, you work 40 hours. Okay. And if you spend, let's say, even with the television on, we're going to count as the television on in the background when you are getting ready for work, or school, or if you're in school, work or school, because some of us do work and go to school at the same time. So on average, if you listen to the TV, like say the news or something, on in the background, or you sit down, have dinner, watch fucking TV, get ready for work, watch TV, come home, make dinner, the kids and whatnot. Let's say you have the television on 4 hours a day, times 7, that's 28 hours. Give or take hours, okay, that you are watching or listening to television. Now, if you take those hours and listen to an audiobook, or instead of when you're actually sitting down watching television, reading an actual book, instead of TV, it will add up and eventually, like down the road. So I mean, reading or listening to 462 books seems kind of like over the top. But then I look at, I've already finished 55 books this year. I mean, it's not like, you would have to like really, 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 really be fucking trying. But there's also like different forms of books too, right? Like magazines or a manga, and like I said, audiobooks or anime books, or magazines and comic books. They all count as books too, not like reading the Harry Potter saga 30 times. but it still counts, right? But reading like 462 books a year, I might as well like cancel my fucking Netflix and Disney Plus subscriptions, because holy fuck, I would be like Matilda and living at the fucking library. That would be like beautiful. If like you see, like, I don't know if any of you watch Doctor Who. Oh my god, I love the Doctor. But there's a couple of episodes um where they're in like that library, that huge, I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but there's that huge fucking library. Oh my god, I would love, love to have a library like that. That's like my dream, is to have like, I used to want to have like a big fancy fucking house. My bestie and I kind of like imagined winning the lottery and not buying, but making our own fucking house. And one of the rooms that I like imagined put on the floor plan was like this huge fucking library. But now I'm like into like this eco living, tiny living. Like I also play The Sims, so I'm kind of like slowly, I currently have like a big house and I find that it's too fucking big. So I would love in real life and in The Sims to have like this tiny fucking house. Um and like go down this like hallway and have like this huge massive fucking library of thousands and millions of books. I think I would never fucking leave. Like never fucking leave. That would be like so beautiful to have like this massive library. It's like with like a tiny house. I would technically live off of the like fucking library. Who needs fucking television when you have books, right? Yeah, totally. And anybody who says that no, you can't read, you can't live in a library, get rid of them. Get rid of them. Like legit, get rid of them. So since we're talking about books, and vacations, what, I'm just curious if you guys want to like comment down below if you guys are listening to this on YouTube. What would your like favorite, all-time favorite book be, or your author? And what would your like favorite spot be? Like your favorite, like get your fucking day off. Where would you like, where are you most likely to be? For me, I don't know if I have expressed this enough, but it's Harry Potter. But my favorite book is actually, it's a mix of Philosopher of Stone and Prisoner of Azkaban. Those two are kind of like head to head. But my favorite spot to read on my day off is my bed. But I also love the beach. So just imagine, hear me out, my tiny living house attached to the library. Okay, but then when I walk out the door of my tiny house, I walk out onto the sand to the beach. That would be like wonderful. That's like my future retirement. I know that like retirement is still 40 years away because I'm like 27, and retirement in Canada is 65. So I still have like 40 years to go. But that sounds like the best retirement plan on the planet, doesn't it? Yes, yes. That would be so wonderful. Just like an endless supply of books. And then like, just imagine, hear me out. I know I'm sounding a little crazy now, but that's okay. That's why you're listening to this far. So it's like Beauty and the Beast, where Beast shows Belle the library, and she's like, oh my god, and then you see her with like a huge pile of books. Like, yeah, bitch, that's me, bitch. Like, then once you read like every single book in this Doctor Who library, it like it like magically comes to like a whole new set of books that like you've never actually read before. That would be like wonderful. So you would like never read the same book twice, unless you like, there'll be like this one section where it would be like books that you never want to read again, but books that you do want to read multiple times over, like Harry Potter. That would be like so wonderful. But I was going to talk about toxic people today, but that sounds like such a downer. I mean, unless you don't like reading and you don't like Harry Potter, but please don't go away, because I love you for being here and listening to this podcast this far, and don't leave me. Unless you have something out. Did you know that today is Harry Potter's birthday? I don't know if I mentioned that already or not, but he's 40. Holy fuck. Harry Potter is 40. 40 years old. Holy fuck. Doesn't that make you feel old? I mean, Harry Potter's only 13 years older than I am, but still. Yeah. I'm just going to leave that here today. And leave it off with Harry Potter. And if you guys enjoyed this podcast, don't forget to subscribe. If you are new, wherever platform you are listening to this on, Apple, iTunes, the podcast, or if you're listening/watching this on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe. Hit the fucking like button. And if you care to share this experience of excitement and over-caffeinated podcast, I hope you guys had like a coffee or a tea or something on this fucking Friday afternoon. Share this experience with other people, or don't. It's whatever. I don't really fucking care, okay? Right? Yeah. So, comment down below on your comments if you guys enjoyed this, if you have any favorite books or any books you like to share, and I will read them. And yeah. Or if you guys just want to comment on like another idea, because I could always use ideas on podcasts that you guys want to listen to and chit chat about, I'm all down for that. I'm all game. But until next time, I will talk to you guys later. Okay, bye.